Welcome everybody to the Futurespace Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination and how to bring your space into the future. Today we have something a little bit different on the channel. Let's check it out. It is the Bosma Aegis smart door lock. I want to open the channel up a little bit more to more smart home products, because after all, the channel is about bringing your space into the future. And I think this is a really interesting product actually to do so. So the Bosma Aegis smart lock, it's a unique home smart lock in the fact that it actually attaches and affixes onto your current door lock. So you don't actually have to change out your door lock. Because we're affixing this onto your unit, you can still use your same keys. Pawn first open here. Okay, we got the instruction guide on the top. So we have the unit itself. It's got some good weight to it. Feels nice and sturdy. So this I believe goes on the back of your door, you know, where you would lock or unlock the door. You affix this to it and then you can manually still lock and unlock. And then this is the smart hub, which plugs into the wall. So this is the hub in which, you know, connects to your Wi-Fi. And then this talks to the smart home lock. Look at that, batteries included. You gotta like when they give you the batteries. This little blue tab. And then we have what looks like some more connection pieces here. Alrighty, so this is everything that is inside of this little box here that's gonna allow us to basically convert our existing lock into a smart home lock. So we're gonna install this lock now and see how it goes. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is put the included piece of tape over the front of the lock to hold it in place. Then open the door and engage the lock as a safety precaution as we work on it further. So installation is not too complex. All you're gonna need really is a screwdriver and maybe some pliers. My lock uses a Phillips head screwdriver, so you're gonna wanna unscrew the front of your lock here, the latch that actually locks the door, and take that off. Now your lock may or may not have a base plate, mine does, so you're gonna wanna go ahead and remove this base plate because we're gonna switch that with the Bosma base plate. So go ahead and unlatch the Bosma base plate from the Bosma smart home lock, and we're gonna attach that now to the door lock. So we're just gonna use the exact same hardware, the exact same screws from the previous base plate, and we're gonna now attach the Bosma base plate to our door lock and screw it back in. Pay extra attention to put the Bosma plate on, just like I'm showing you in the video. Do not put it on backwards or it won't work. So I was having a bit of trouble at first reattaching the screws into the mounting holes of the lock with the new plate. My solution was to grab a pair of needle nose pliers and I would pull the lock forward so the mounting holes at the back of the lock where I'm screwing the screws into would stay stable in place. And that way, while pulling forward, I was able to tighten the screws back into their mounting holes and get everything locked nice and tight. So Bosma gives you 3 adapters. Choose the one that fits your lock's deadbolt. So you notice there's 2 divots on this little adapter piece. One's a bit bigger and one's a bit smaller. You're gonna wanna correctly seat that into the Bosma smart home lock. You can see there's a spot for a bigger divot and a smaller divot. So make sure you put that in correctly. And once you've done that, now you're gonna put the Bosma smart home lock and affix that back onto the plate. Make sure the latches are up and open so you can match the back to the back of the plate, then close those latches and it should be on there nice and tight. So at this point, you should be able to open and close your lock manually, no electronics required. I think this is why this is a cool smart home lock, because you're not actually switching the lock and can still use it manually. So this is actually just a magnetic cover. You can just pull it off. And now we're gonna go ahead and install the included batteries. It takes AA. I think it's great that they give you some batteries. Should last a pretty long time. To install it, make sure you install it over the red tags, okay? So that makes it easy to pull the batteries out when they die, just like so. Once the batteries are installed, hit the center button, make sure it lights up that it's getting power and that the batteries are installed correctly. So now you're gonna wanna go ahead and download the Bosma app. just type Bosma into your app store, register yourself a new account, and once you're up and running, you should be greeted with a page like this. Go ahead and click Add Device, and scroll down to the Bosma Aegis Smart Lock. Click OK to use Bluetooth, and just follow the on-screen prompts to connect the Bosma Smart Home Lock to your phone via Bluetooth first. And once that's done, you can go ahead and name your device, but don't calibrate it just yet. I highly recommend now is the time you do the firmware update to the Bosma Smart Home Lock, because if you don't do this firmware update now, I had to learn the hard way, it's gonna make you reset everything and update this first. So make sure you quickly do the firmware update before moving on to the next steps. So you should now be able to lock and unlock the door from the Bluetooth connection to your phone after this firmware update has been completed. You can quickly do that to run a test. As you can see here, mine is working. You just hit the button in the middle and it'll lock and unlock the door and tell you if it's, locked or unlocked. So now what I recommend is we're gonna install the Wi-Fi gateway so we can use this and control this anywhere in the world. So go ahead, plug in the gateway. You should see a red light come on indicating power. Then you're gonna wanna go back into the app and you're gonna wanna add the gateway to the app. You're gonna long press the button on the top of the gateway and it should start flashing blue. Now within 30 seconds, you're gonna have to do this quickly, but you go back and you press the Bosma button until it flashes green. Once you've seen that green flash, it'll start looking for the Wi-Fi gateway to pair with. After everything's been paired successfully, go ahead, enter in your Wi-Fi network credentials so the Wi-Fi gateway can connect to the internet. When that's all done, go ahead, update the firmware on the Wi-Fi gateway, and then you should be up and running. All right, so it's time to get into the nitty-gritty of where I see value of our Bosma Aegis smart home door lock. So first and foremost, as I've mentioned previously in the video, you can convert your existing door lock into a smart home door lock without many tools, and you can still use your existing door lock as you would with a key, manually locking, unlocking. As you know, other systems, you have to replace the entire lock. It gets messy. This is really thought out, so I like that feature. Now, another big value point, obviously, and why many people purchase this, is to be able to remotely, from anywhere in the world, as long as you're connected to the internet, be able to unlock and lock your door. And not only that, but what's really cool is you can calibrate this door lock and you can actually see when the door is open or closed. And I don't mean locked or unlocked, I mean literally it'll let you know if the door is wide open or if it's closed. So I thought that was a really neat feature to have. Another place I see value with this system is that you now have a detailed activity log of every time your door is locked and unlocked. So for whatever situation you can think of, you can now have a log, a detailed log of maybe when you exited or entered your home, or if somebody came or went, it'll let you know. You now have a log of all this information that it keeps track of. And of course, you can also get notifications on your phone. So as soon as you unlock the door, it can ding your phone saying, hey, the door has been unlocked. So another cool little feature that I tested out was the break-in protection, which essentially it has a sensor on the inside of the lock, and you can set the sensitivity level. But basically, if it detects vibration, so if there's somebody banging on the door or kicking the door, it'll know that, hey, somebody's trying to break in, or rather the sensor inside has been activated, and it will ding your phone. It'll be like, hey, somebody's trying to break in, aka banging on your door. Now let's test the break-in detection. And you can know right away and you can take action. It'll also play a little noise. I mean, the noise is kind of gimmicky. I don't think that's going to scare away anybody. It's not that loud, so I think it is a really thought out feature to have this included to notify if somebody's trying to break in. Okay, moving forward, Another really useful function feature and why many people might want to buy this is it does integrate with Amazon Alexa and Google Home. So that opens up a myriad of features you can now do in terms of automating this thing. So for example, you can set the lock every night to automatically lock. Say midnight rolls around or 11 p.m., whatever time you want. You know, you can program your Alexa or Google Home, you can program a routine so it automatically locks the door. You don't even have to think about it anymore. And of course, this opens up voice command so you can, you know, ask your Alexa or your Google Home to unlock the door or to lock the door. It's pretty good. You might be thinking, is that not secure? Well, what's really cool is if you ask it to unlock the door, it will ask you for a verbal number code as an extra layer of protection. Computer, lock door.
Locking, hang on. The door is locked.
Computer, unlock door.
What's your voice code for door?
1234.
Unlocking, hang on. The door is unlocked.
They've really thought it out. They've really thought out the home integration. But wait, it doesn't stop there because there's a few more cool features that I stumbled upon by playing with this thing. And I have had it now for about a month, testing it out. And one of the neat features is you can create what are called appless guest keys. So essentially what this is you can create a link on the internet where somebody puts in a password and then you can grant them temporary access to lock or unlock the door through that link, meaning they do not have to download the Bosma app. They can just use this link, put in the password, and you can grant access for a specific period of time, whatever you want. You can grant it for a day, an hour, a minute, a week, whatever. You can activate this appless guest key for however long. I tested it. It works fairly well. You can use it on your phone or any web browser. I thought that was really cool. And they've really thought out so many different use case scenarios, such as, you know, if you're running an Airbnb or you have family visiting, whatever. Now they can have their own digital key that you can set, you know, time periods for how long it will be active for. Some other cool features that it has is it can connect to a variety of other products, such as a fingerprint scanner or a key-padded entry. I, of course, don't have those extra products, but it is neat to know it does have further product integrations with other smart home devices within the Bosma and Sentry product line, so I thought that was pretty neat. Worth a mention. Those points I've just mentioned is where I see a lot of value in this device. And as I said, I've used it for roughly about a month now. You know, I'll test it every once in a while I'm out, and it just works. With the Wi-Fi gateway, obviously you want to have, you know, a stable internet connection, but I would test it constantly and I wasn't able to trip it up. It was always on point. It always worked well. And I have no complaints there. So, I mean, for the price and all these reasons that I've mentioned that you don't, you know, you can add it on to your current lock, I think this is really one of the best smart home door locks on the market. Try it out for yourself if you don't believe me. I have nothing but good things to say with it. The installation was fairly easy too. Yeah, it definitely gets the thumbs up from me. Price links are in the description below. Please, please, please use the affiliate links to help support the channel and grow the channel bigger. That is the Futurespace Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination. If you're curious about the shirt I'm wearing, it's made by a company called Into the AM. They make these awesome space-themed graphic tees and apparel. Links and discount codes are in the description below if you're interested in checking them out. My name is Julian Melly. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that like button to do so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.